This is Layla Rose from the Hathor Mystery School. So today we have a very interesting training, which is the 7 rose flames of purification. And this is a download that I received a few weeks ago, actually. It was very specific, and I was told basically while I was channeling Hathor. It's something that I have to share with humanity, and I feel like this is a very essential key code for the ascension. So we're gonna jump right into it. I'm not gonna tease you today. So what is a rose flame? Basically, first of all, the rose flame is it's an energy of purification, and what I mean by purification is that the rose flame in the spiritual realm is a tool that is used to burn all the blocks, the resistance, the limiting beliefs. And this is a tool that we can use, especially if we tried traditional therapy or plant medicine and it's like that thing just doesn't go away. So, this is it. This is the code that a lot of people need. And what is the purpose basically of a rose flame? So, of all the flowers, right, and which is why the Magdalenes always work with roses, it has the highest vibration. So, in the physical and also in the spiritual realm as well. And so, it's a combination, I would say, of the rose and also, for example, like the violet flame. The violet flame is very powerful to burn and to protect, basically. So it's a very high frequency, right? And so roses are also a great reminder that we're constantly being reborn, right? We're blooming and regenerating. I can't even say that word. I'm French, so like sometimes I have a few words that I can say. But basically, the roses are here to really shatter, to really remove all these blocks, basically, all this resistance that's really blocking us from receiving. And so the vibrational frequency of the rose is one of the highest, which is the closest tangible thing to love. So when you have like actual physical roses with you, this is the closest thing you can possess. That it's a tangible, basically representation of love. And so the purpose is really to remove those really deep layers of shame, doubt, and trauma, especially when we start with the root chakra, which is our childhood, which is where most of our trauma happens. So the rose is here to remove that. And the thing is, usually a lot of people go straight into somatic therapy, right? Which is the body. So the reason why I placed that quote below is because this is a great reminder of the divine order of this universe, which is as above, so below, as within, so without. So if you want to change your reality, if you want to change something, if you want to experience more love, more passion, more abundance, it has to start above and then within, which is why it's so important to work in the right order of things. And so, what are the 7 rose flames, basically? So, when I had this download slash dream, I was shown the 7 Hathors. They had seven different rose flames. So they each had like a specific color. And so, oh wait, I just realized that this is the text from the other course that I gave about the dark feminine. So never mind, don't mind this text, right? It has nothing to do with the course. I was like, what is that? So when we work with the 7 Hathors, the 7 rose flames, we're also working with the 7 gateways, which are the 7 energetic centers, the 7 chakras, right? So it's all connected, as you can see. And so this is something that we talk about a lot in the book Hathor, Building the Priestess Empire, because when we want to step into this very abundant healer energy that's sovereign, we want to make sure that the foundation is very solid. And to do that, we have to do shadow work, we have to do all those things, but shadow work could be like a physical type of work, right? So when we do shadow work combined with the ritual with the 7 rose flames, that's how we can work, in the most optimal way. So what does it do basically? What happens when we work with the 7 rose flames? And by the way, just holding the book Hathor, Building the Priestess Empire, the book itself is a transmission that contains this ritual. So you don't even have to like read it. You can have it in your computer as an ebook, on a USB key, like whatever type of, book you decide to get. The book itself is the ritual. And so, what's very interesting when we remove all those layers and we really clear the way, what happens is we go from this wounded type of energy, wounded healer energy, and we actually step into our home frequency, which is our heart, which is our pure, innocent, loving heart. And even if we went through a lot of trauma, what's very interesting with that work is that our innocence is never damaged, right? So when we actually remove all those layers, the reason why we call it the home frequency is because you're actually coming back home to yourself. So usually when we're stuck into this loop of, not being able to transcend trauma or feeling the need to leave Earth, that's our call to come back home to our heart and to our home frequency, which is also something we can call the golden shadow. And so the psychiatrist, that's a hard word when you're French, Carl Jung called our submerged creative potential the golden shadow. So it's all the subconscious, basically, creative potential that we have. And so we can discover golden shadow in our intense admiration of other people. So usually what we admire when we look at someone else is usually our golden shadow, which is very interesting, right? And so the bright qualities that we admire in others usually represent this own aspect of our unique potential. So the golden shadow is our submerged greatness. And when we look inside our birth chart, this is actually very interesting. When you look at the sign of your Chiron, when you look at the opposite of it, because Chiron is the wounded healer, right? So when you look at the opposite sign, you're gonna have an exact description of your golden shadow. Isn't that like freaking amazing? When I when I had this download, I was like, what? This is so important and so beautiful, because I see so many spiritual healers that are stuck in this loop of like self-development, self-improvement, not feeling enough, feeling bad for charging for high ticket courses, and it's like this never ending loop, right? And I feel like all these tools are really here to help us really step into this next chapter, right? And so what's very different inside the Hathor Mystery School is that we have 3 pillars of education. So usually when you get a course, right, whether it's a spiritual course or like a mindset course or like something about, your birth chart, it's usually one specific topic, which is absolutely amazing because it's one thing. If you're looking for something, you're going to have your answer, right? But what we do here is very different. We actually combine the 3 different pillars that we need to really step into radical transformation. The first thing is knowledge. The second one is ritual. So we work in the spiritual realm, right? First. And then once we get aligned, we start working in the physical with a routine. A routine that doesn't last too long. It's like 30 days sometimes, 40 days, 60 days, depending on the work that has to be done. But it's basically like a spiritual practice that's very consistent. So this is, I would say, the main difference with our school. So I hope you enjoyed this training. I hope you learned a few things. And so you can also follow me on social media. This is my social media handle, which is exclusive by Hathor. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and I'll see you in my next training. Bye.